Hello, sweetie. There we go.
Drinking one, pouring one. It's that kind of morning.
Pass that over.
Here you go.
Yeah. Oh, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Indie Vote Breakfast Buzz here with you this morning to talk our silly little comic book industry.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
The funny book industry.
Yeah. We get to pushing each other and cussing each other out. I told a bit of a story yesterday. I'm glad Breakfast Buzz wasn't yesterday, because if it was, I would have left out an hour afterwards because they turned my power off.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
that was intense.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, why is this happening to me? But I got to clear it up.
No warning, just a shut off. They had to run to your house.
It was a clerical error.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they knocked. They did knock. And I got up and I addressed them, and they were like, "Hey, we have to turn your stuff off." And I'm like, well, "Wait a minute, my bill's paid. What are you talking about?" And they say, "Yeah, we haven't got a payment. Are you?" And they gave me a name that I was not. I'm like, "No, that's not me. That's not me. What are you talking about?" Well, we haven't got payment from this person since 2018. And I said, "Okay, well, wait a minute. Let me go get my paperwork." "Well, sir, I don't need paperwork. I just have to turn it off." I said, "No, wait a minute. Whoa.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't even wanted to confirm the information. They just said, no. We came out all this way. We're shutting something down.
So yeah. So I'm trying to get my paperwork. I run back in the house. I get my paperwork. I get on the phone with the power company. I run back outside. I'm like, "Hey, calm down. Wait a minute, everybody." And then I'm talking to the lady, and she's like darting away from me. And I'm not sure if she's trying to get away from me because of COVID, or if she's scared I got a gun or something. I'm not sure what her problem is, but she's trying to, I take a step toward her, she takes 3 steps back. It's really suspicious. At first I was kind of wondering, were they real at first, but they did have trucks. So,
well, they have probably been threatened with violence in the past.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, I can only. That's kind of like a repo man.
Yeah.
How dare you? Here, take a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by the time I ran back in the house, because I was going to ask my wife to grab the paperwork, grab more of it so I can show them. And when I open the door, all the lights are out in the house. And I'm like, what? And there you go. They get in their trucks and they leave. So I'm sitting on hold with the company, for 1 minute. After that, they answer. The lady's like, "No, sir, I don't see any problem." Oh, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Let me. And she's clicking. I hear the keyboards clicking.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. Oh my. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this up to our escalation team. And she's like, "Oh, well, don't get off the phone. You hold here. Just stay on the line with me." And
it'd be for one, you actually have an escalation team.
Yeah, really.
And the weird thing was, they said they fixed it. And "Sir, we got this fixed. We're gonna have your power restored very soon here." I said, "Okay, great." That was it. That was at 10:30. Okay. They didn't put the power back. The power didn't come back on to 2:30.
Right, but they also were giving you an initial schedule. It's we can turn everything back on Tuesday or something, right?
Yeah, because I called back at 2:00, and I'm like, "Hey, I know you guys said you were going to turn. Well, where's it at?" And they were like, "Oh, well, wait a minute. Someone said they came out and you weren't there, so they rescheduled for the 2nd." I'm like, "No, I've been sitting here in the dark."
Right. Yeah, really. All the lights were out. No one was home.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you turned them out. But so it's all fixed. We're all good now. But it's it was
that's
weird.
Infuriating. Also, you're lucky that you had you were working. I'm assuming you were working from your cell phone, because a lot of phones nowadays, you also need it needs electricity to work. It's not like the old phones where it just works even when the power goes out.
Yeah, thankfully I had my phone, so that's I was able to. I shouldn't think DTE, man. They did their job. I mean, it was a clerical error, but they did their job in getting me restored. So appreciated that. But
right.
And I do think yesterday was the first day the state allowed them to start shutting off on shutoff notices again.
And the problem is, it's another house.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's another house that they had. Well, it's a person close to my family is committing fraud, and they take.
That old guy.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
the call is for new stale Cheetos are out. It's time for the buzz.
Yeah. You see, yes, that's problematic. That's a problematic situation.
Yeah. There's you have those problems. That's how that starts.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a lot of we had it was a nice come together moment for the family. We had a chance to my son was freaking out because he hadn't electronics at all. It was great.
This is what it's like back in the old days.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, he came to me and he said, "Dad,
Father."
Yeah. He said, "Can I play a board game? This must be why they're called board games."
Oh no!
I'm like,
is that what he said?
That's funny.
I'm not playing. Yeah. So on today's show, we're going to talk. Of course, we're going to talk about our funny books, but we're going to also talk to Specs Thompson, who's in the green room. So we'll bring him in once we do our intro here, and we'll get started with today's show. We are going to be having. I think we're getting away something from the Vault today too, as well, Randy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we will though. Should I hit the intro, or you want to hit it?
I can hit it.
All right, here we go.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
How dare you?
Comics are awesome,
said the man on the toilet.
They are not. They are not awesome. I'm just kidding. They can be. They can be awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. And there's Specs. He brought him in. Hello.
Hi.
Good
morning.
How's it going?
Good morning.
Hello, everybody out there. My name is Varian Grant. I am the founder of Indie Vault Media LLC. Been making comics since 2008. That's a very, very long time. No, it's not. But I'm nothing but a child compared to most of you. And 2008, and I'm a comic book artist, creator, publisher. I took a writer out of there because, again, you guys know my new recent hang-up of calling myself a writer. Plus, if I don't call myself a writer, no one can tell me I suck at writing.
Oh, no.
And, also now we're a distributor. And this is Indie Vault Breakfast Buzz. I'm joined, as always, by Randy Zimmerman. Randy, how are you?
Hey there, I am good. I am Randy Zimmerman. I'm a longtime alternative and independent comics creator and publisher, freelancer, everything. I've done just about everything in this business that you can imagine. Ran conventions for 10 years, ran a retail shop for probably longer than 10 years, at least 10 years. Been printing alternative comics for many decades. So I kind of know this business pretty well. Right now I'm resurrecting Arrow Comics 4.0. Arrow Comics was a long-running creator-owned company that started back in the mid-'80s, and now we are back again. We're going to start doing regular titles for the direct market starting here in August. So really looking forward to that. We will be available through Liberty Distribution. For more information on Arrow Comics, check out our social media. We do have a link tree and a lot of places for you to check out Arrow Comics at. So do that.
And it reminded me to tell you guys my horrible story after
Another
the
one.
intros. Yeah, I got another one. Yeah. But Miss Lage, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, hello. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and I am known for the funny animal fantasy Tall Tales that you can read the first 20 issues online at Tall Tales, TILS, online.com. And I'm also known now, especially known for my current fantasy comic, Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, currently on Kickstarter. And you can also read the first 5 issues online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And like I said, it's on Kickstarter right now. And if we reach $4,000 in 6 days, I have a secret stretch goal to unlock. So let's see if we can do that. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage Art.
Cool. And we're joined by Specs Thompson this morning. Hey, Specs, how's it going, sir?
It's going pretty good, man. How y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, so we can get to know you, and we'll jump into our questions and everything.
Okay. First, my name is Curtis Specs Thompson. I'm the writer and creator of Legacy to View. I'm from Georgia. I'm from Augusta, Georgia. That's like 2 hours away from Atlanta. I've been doing my book for at least 3 years now. I first started writing it in 2018, but I've been writing stories and doing characters forever, but I didn't get serious in the comic business until 2018. I have some more spin-offs I'm going to do on top of the Legacy to View. But they haven't released yet, but they will be releasing, in the next couple months. But yeah, that's just about it.
Cool. I checked out your book and your character Chaz, who I thought was really cool because he's basically an urban superhero. He doesn't have like a fancy mask and nothing. He just puts his t-shirt around his head, wraps his t-shirt, and he's going out there for action. So that's how he's
practical. It's practical.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna go spend a bunch of money on a fancy mask. Yeah, I mean, and it's pretty cool that now. My story I was gonna tell you guys.
Oh yes, yes. Your horrible, no good, terrible
no good,
story.
Very bad day.
Yeah.
Also yesterday I got a call from where I warehouse all the comics. All the comics are fine, but the guy said, "Mr. Grant, you're getting so many packages lately. I think that you're going to, like you're getting all these orders. You're going to run out of room very soon."
Oh no.
He's like, yeah. So would you like to look at a bigger unit? Which when a man tells you once you look at a bigger unit, you're like, what? Yeah, I do. I don't want. Are you gonna see a picture, sir? But
I have a book about this. Oh wait.
So he's like, you need to come. So unfortunately, at that location, the larger space that I could obtain, is on the bottom floor. And I'm terrified of putting the comics on the bottom floor because
from
flooding. Yeah. And I'm like, I do not want to go on the bottom floor. So they were like, well, I was thinking I may have to actually move my warehousing location for the books. And there are a couple different places, but also the largest location they had was 500 bucks a month.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I said $500 a month. Does that come with electricity and water and internet? But no, it's like I know people want to pay that in rent.
You can't even rent like a bedroom with no kitchen access for $500 a year.
Yeah, I was like $500. I was like, yeah, it's $500 monthly, but you'll be able to. This space should hold you for a while. But I think I am learning that you don't. When you're buying warehouse space or you're renting warehouse space, you don't rent for what you have. You rent for what you're going to have.
Exactly. Yeah.
And or what you suspect you're going to have, and that should keep you out of hot water.
There's a famous YouTuber that ran into that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he was showing his video around, I'm like going, nope. You'll be you're in for a good lesson. Here we go. And now just this week, I think he signed on for a space that's 3 times the size of what he had. He's still going to run out of space.
Yeah. And
I mean, on one hand, it's like, that's a good problem to have because it means that business is booming. But at the same time, it means that the books aren't moving out fast enough to make up for all the new stuff coming in.
Yes, yes, it does. Yes, it does. But you're always going to have a certain percentage because you're overprinting if you're mass printing anyway. So we both know how that runs.
Yeah, one of the problems that I'm having is that
we all have boxes.
Yeah,
the boxes come in, and then the books come in. I put them in the system. I long box them so that it can be pulled, and I just did not. I have a very conservative space, which is very it's every inch of space in there is utilized or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have done this.
Right now, especially from what I've been reading, the storage unit spaces are jumping. They're going way up because of, I don't know, the way the situation is right now or whatever. The thing that you might want to look for, Varian, is an actual warehouse.
Yeah.
Because the real estate prices are staying almost the same or a little higher depending upon the area that you're in, but the storage spaces are jumping and doubling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because I guess because the storage spaces, I guess they're like really, really commercialized for the average person, but like large warehouse spaces, that's a different market.
Not just that, but you have a lot of businesses that are going out of business, a lot of mom and pop places that don't have any place to store their stuff. So then they're having to vacate whatever building they're in,
right,
and move it into storage space. That too.
Yeah, people are hoarding stuff too, so they just buying stuff and not knowing what's going to happen. So
that's true too. Yeah.
Entire storage lockers filled with
gasoline,
gasoline and grocery bags and toilet paper. Yeah, there you go.
I'm probably gonna have to move the unit, but or move that space. But it's been really good, and people have been sending me books, and I'm getting. It's funny, the boxes are getting bigger. I remember the first couple books I got sent, was a little small, modest, little shoebox size box of comics, and now they're starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and in a couple of months, I know that I knew this was coming, but it's just getting, where I thought I had like 3 months, honestly. I thought maybe 2 months. I thought I had 2 months.
Yeah.
And I don't.
It's like running a Kickstarter. It feels like you have a lot of days until you don't.
It's like, oh crap, I gotta do this now. So yeah, that is my Liberty Entertainment Distribution story, that I gotta get a bigger space because business is good. It's just
how many retailers do you have signed up?
Right now,
purchasing stuff from
right now we got 81 retailers signed up. I'm getting ready to process some orders today and get those sent out. Hey, look who's joined us. Also joining us.
Hey, Russ.
Comic book Legend.
Oh, look at that! Look, and
screen,
he has a new setup.
Yeah.
Real pens.
He's doing actual physical art today.
Real work.
Yeah,
real work.
So, real quick though, is the split screen because you have? Well, I mean, you have two cameras, or is that like StreamYard allowing you to do something? Well, of course you have two cameras, but like, is that StreamYard doing something?
It's OBS.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been using it to stream with.
Uh-huh.
And it's cracking. It effectively gives you a virtual camera, and then StreamYard can use it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I gotta try that then.
That's how Lola does her. That's how Lola does her shoe cam.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, because I have OBS, but I just haven't used it in a while because I got used to StreamYard. But I like that split screen thing.
Yeah, just using both, and that way people can see what you're doing, and you can still show your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does. If you add Streamlabs OBS to it as well, it's even fancier.
Right. Yeah. And then my computer crashes. Or at least the one I use for streaming.
Yeah. You got a pretty fancy computer now, though. So
but that's for work. That's work. I can do CMYK now. I'm all fancy.
So guys,
specs now you're horizontal. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You're good.
From Indie Vote Radio, guys, and this is a question from the last night. Now we are not live right now on Indie Vote Radio. I'm experiencing a glitch. I am working to fix that, but.
What kind of glitch is that? Are we off? We're off the air?
We're not on the air right now. No, it's playing music, but I'm working on fixing that. So give me a couple minutes. But we did have a question from last week that I didn't get a chance to bring up.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to do it now.
Because if it was Courtney again, I was going to bug.
It's out of here right now.
No. We it's not from Courtney, not yet. So from Indie this is from Brian, and Brian says, why is the cost of indie art, and we got Rusty with some right now, why is the cost of indie art so much? I recently went to a artist who was who released a book and was told that the page would cost $5.50. Are you kidding? These are Jim Lee numbers, not someone who's barely got a credit to their name. I enjoyed the work, but since the artists want to be greedy, they can keep it in their portfolio. What do you guys think, Brian?
I think that was Jim Lee numbers from like 1990.
Yeah. Jim Lee numbers from when? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, is that it could be that he didn't want to sell it, but he also didn't want to pass up the opportunity either. So, yeah, he's keeping it in his portfolio.
Yes,
it's a very popular tactic.
What do you think it's worth? That's the thing. It's like people are only prepared to pay what they believe it's worth. You know, you got to ask an artist for a price, and they'll give you a price. If you don't like it, fine, or negotiate.
Right.
You know, you don't have to buy it.
You know,
and suggesting that indie work is in some way worth less.
Yeah, exactly.
Than mainstream work. The only reason that thought process even exists is because of the way people approach mainstream. The art is worth the same no matter what. It's got the same value as far as how much time, effort, the skill base of and the ability of the artist involved. I mean, I could imagine some art that is not in the mainstream being more valuable to me personally than a lot of the stuff I see in mainstream, because it would, you know, purely because on the basis of how good it is. So, you know, if you're looking for something to collect because of how many times it's been published in the mainstream and how many issues have gone up to comic book shops, not necessarily on people's shelves, then fine, do that as a metric. But, you know, haggle.
What you have to, right? You see, they don't know how to haggle. What you need to do when you haggle is you go up to the artist, right? You quickly develop a British accent very quickly. Right? You go to them, you look,
and you tell them that you know kung fu.
You walk up to the table, you look at the portfolio, you say, "All right, what's all this then?"
What's all this then?
You put there, you say, "This is shit." I'll give you $20. And they're so appalled, they will sell you their art for cheap.
Right. Now, all joking aside, though, my artwork, damn straight, I have a right to be greedy with it. You know, it's like, it's my artwork. If I want to sell it for $1 billion, that's what I only need one person. I only need one billionaire to show up. But you know, I have every right to be greedy with it. It's like, and you don't, and honestly, really, we don't care if you buy it or don't buy it, because, you know, we're just leaving the door open, but it doesn't mean we're opening it for you.
Hey, look, Lola did something I never did. I've never been able to do. Lola sold my artwork for $400.
There you go.
Now, I could have put $400 on that piece and it wouldn't have sold. Lola put $400 on it and it moved. I'm like, what?
Well,
that's not fair.
You know, she's prettier than you. So
she is. She's much prettier than me. Yeah, you know, she's much prettier than I am. So maybe I need to let her. Now you guys don't understand why I leave her at the table and walk off. Like, you're never at your Comic-Con table. I like making money. If I'm there, the money isn't. I don't understand what's going on. She actually will call me and say, "Could you come back and sign an autograph? Hurry."
Oh, that's me and JD's story at every convention.
Yeah. So I have to make sure I have to have the phone in my hand, because I know she'll call me and say, "Could you come back?" And I mean, she knows where I'm generally at. I'm over wherever the toy vendor has hot toys, or I'm in a panel somewhere, and you know, listening to someone talk, and she'll call me, and I have to duck out of there. Excuse me, and you know, get my butt back to the table. Now, I want to look at I brought it up here. Where is it at? There it is. I want to talk about Spec's book, because you, sir, have a Legacy of the View, and it's funny. The other day, I think I called it Legacy with a View. But so I misspoke a couple of weeks ago. I said Legacy with a View, but it's Legacy of the View. Here we go. There it is. $1,966, $1,300 goal. So you've already passed your goal. 8 days left on this campaign.
It's always good to pass that goal. It's always it alleviates so much pressure.
Yeah, it was a lot of stress, you know, just building up to it.
Yeah.
This is your third issue.
Yes, it is.
You got to, let me see here. I think I've seen a catch up tier. There's a PDF. You can get PDFs, 1, 2, or 3, $15. He calls it a mixtape. You get 3 PDF copies of the issue, so you can catch up with, if you don't want the physical copies. But he ships anywhere in the world, so that's
Right.
it could be expensive later, but he ships everywhere in the world.
Well, tell us about the book. Is there a video we can play?
He talks to me, but we can take a look at it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Here, I'll bring the video up. Here we go.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? This is Specs Thompson, the creator of Legacy of You, and this is my Kickstarter for issue 3 of my comic book series. I hope that by the end of this video, I can get y'all as a banker to help me out, boost my dream up, to get these books, these characters, and these stories that I fell in love with in y'all hands, so y'all can fall in love with them the same way I have. So let's go.
The Legacy of You stars a high school sophomore named Chaz Johnson, who's an intern at his uncle's recording studio as a musical engineer. I chose to make him a musical engineer because I'm in the music industry as a DJ, and I want to incorporate aspects of my life inside my comic book series. So I chose to make him a musical engineer so that he can meet the different artists that I place inside my comic book world, as well, so that I can use different lingo that's used inside the studio, as well as different terms and techniques that's used as well. So the readers who's not familiar with the studio life or the aspects of the studio or the recording process can learn about it inside the Legacy of You. So enough about that. So basically, Chaz became the View by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got stuck between the crossfire between the Howl and the Silent, which are the two villain groups in the story. And he got his powers by unknown circumstances from that crossfire that will be explained his origin story later on. But right there in the picture, you can see how he uses his mask. He takes his shirt that he's wearing, he put it around his head, tied it up, and he got a mask right there, ready to go at any time. Anyway. So yeah, y'all seen some panels, y'all seen some pages, y'all seen how Chaz transforms into the View, just right there. But I forgot something. I forgot to tell you about his powers. That main thing about him. So, with the powers of the View, he has the powers of creation. With the powers of creation, he's able to spawn items out of thin air that typically last 1 minute. But first, he has to know about them items. He can't just make items out of nothing that he don't know about. If you try to make a car, he gotta know how that motor works. Without that motor, the car won't work. But he makes a baseball bat. Because he's a baseball player. He knows the ins and outs of that baseball bat. So he used that baseball bat to whoop people's butt. And you can see that. Pretty much all my issues, he used that baseball player and he goes to town. And that's one thing about him. He knows his items to use them beforehand. Because if he didn't, it won't work. They'd be too flimsy, too soft, and just be terrible. But Chaz is a smart guy, and he knows better. All right, this Kickstarter right here is $1,300 to help my project, my dream come true. But it's $1,300. I want you to pay my staff, everybody who helped me create this book, the money they need to better their lives. Because it's all about coming together. We all eat. And as well, my printer. So I get these books in y'all hands so y'all can enjoy and fall in love with characters, like I said, same way I do. And then, the View is not my only character. I got plenty more characters ready to go. I need this Kickstarter right here for the $1,300 to work. So I can have other characters coming alive too and make this whole world I'm created come together. So y'all fall in love and just be the next Marvel, DC, or Image, or Dark Horse, anything like that come true. This is my world, my Jordan universe, and I'm trying to get y'all to know about the View, my comic books, $1,300. I need it from y'all to help me out, get my dream to come true. So right now, if y'all don't mind, y'all go to the bottom of this page. This is this project, a little tab right there. You click that, take one of the rewards over here in this corner right here, right there, and help me out so I get this book in y'all hands. Y'all enjoy, y'all fall in love. Like, man, that dude who did his one take shot camera thing, he knew his name. Yeah, I knew what I'm talking about, man. I knew I really did. So y'all go over there real quick, pick a reward, pick a good one now. One of y'all want to really like, pick a good one. You see that? Boom, do that for me. Cool, appreciate it. Thanks for backing my project. Specs Thompson, the creator of Legacy of You, and this is for Kickstarter for issue 3 of my project. Thanks again.
You got
cool.
Now I again, like I made this thing called Legacy review a couple days ago, but you got a couple people in here, names I recognize: Lonzo Stark, Concrete Comics, with the lettering, and I was looking through the campaign, and I seen the View versus the Howl colored and inked by Tyler Carpenter. Is that drawn Tyler Carpenter?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. See, Tyler hides that he can do other stuff.
Well, it's a story about that. See, somebody else drew that.
Mm-hmm.
So when he did a video about it, I don't know if it's still on his YouTube, but it was the first time inking and coloring somebody else's work, and he was really skeptical about doing it. But I told him it came out pretty good, but he, he's downplays his work. So, but this is an example of him and his inking and coloring a different style.
Yeah, Tyler's kind of hard on himself, but that looks pretty good. Now, was that going to be a part of the that's part of the campaign, right? You can get that piece,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Okay. That would that looks pretty cool. I like that. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. Now, tell us a bit about the creation of this book, because I like the fact that the character just puts his T-shirt on his head. That's
I like the chart that shows how you fold it. It's very, I don't know, it's just very educational, I guess.
Yeah. The creation of the book. It started about something I did in high school. You know how you like the shows you as a kid, like the Dragon Ball Z, the Batman, the X-Men, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll like try to be in that world and try to like create your own characters. Where the View and his friend were X-Men characters. They was like the third class of like the X-Men, like after Jubilee. I drew them up. The View was based off of Gambit and Forge. And there was something I did in high school. I always thought, and that was my characters. If I had to be in the X-Men, I had them too. That was like 15, 18 years ago. But now, not now, but recently, I was talking to my fiance and about what I used to do, and she encouraged me to, try to go back to writing and drawing. So I think did something for Inktober, and I got some good feedback on it, and decided to go forward with my old characters. But the idea was to redraw them and rewrite them, to get pitched to DC or Marvel. But I read an article that says, don't try to write for Batman. Write your own Batman, because DC and Marvel has their own artists and writers they use, and they're gonna tell you no. But like 3 months down the road, they might be doing something in your style or had that story you pitched to them and ran with it, and then give you no credit for it. So just write your own, because if it's good enough for them or good enough for you to pitch for them, it's good enough for you to make it in the market and sell to yourself. So I decided to go that route. 3 years later, on my third issue, and as this Kickstarter, I got demand for my product, so I guess I went the right route.
You got some really nice panel layout, some lovely dynamic work there.
Yeah,
really nice.
And Joe said, is he ready? Is he really ready to pitch? You all know pitches be crazy. And don't play. Specs up to the challenge. Oh, are you Joe, are you challenging Specs to come on Pitches Be Crazy? Sounds like a challenge to me.
Okay.
That's what that sounds like. Specs, we have a show called Pitches Be Crazy where we have people come on, they pitch their book, and then we have them pitch their book with a theme. So it may be, and it's all randomized, so it could be pitch your comic as a refreshing drink, or pitch your comic as a rap. You have to do a rap, or it's really the best description someone told me was madcap. Is that accurate?
Mad Libs.
Mad Libs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so we have a lot of fun with that show. But Joe's a judge on that show.
I go in there, I've got some experience talking on top of my head, so I can do it.
And one of the cool things about Pitches Be Crazy is that there's actually a benefit to being on the show outside of just getting your name out there. People are backing during the show, but the winner, Indie Vote backs the winner up to $50 on their campaign. So it's really cool that someone wins something. That's one of the things about our shows. We want to be able to do something, not just we can get you some ears and some eyes on your project. That's fine, but we also want to put our money where our mouth is and back these projects that deserve it. you're taking time out your day to come on the show and talk about yourself. Why not? Time is money. We get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is all?
Or at least it's worth $50.
Yeah, at least it worth it. Yeah, at least, at the very least. Where else are you gonna spend an hour of your time, 2 hours of your time, and make $50? And I think what is it? Pitches be crazy. It's like 35, 45 minutes. $50 in 45 minutes. The only person that makes that money is drug dealers. That's it. That's drug dealer money.
I don't know. All this time I've spent on indie radio, and you didn't buy my book.
I have what you call it, but you sent it in for the indie vote.
Yeah, I gave it to you for free. Yeah.
And then he wonders why he's running out of warehouse space.
Yeah. The Indie Vote Awards, those books too. They fill up my mailbox pretty quick. I have a box for those they go to, and I get a call every now and again, Mr. Grant. You need to come up here and get your package.
Your stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on the way. I promise. You said that yesterday, Mr. Grant.
Meanwhile, I send my packages to you, and they don't tell you get them for about a month.
Right. I had to call up there, and they're like, "We put a note inside the folder. Like, do I have access to this folder?"
No.
Yeah. It's like, you could have emailed me, sent me a thing, said, Mr. Grant, we got, no, you didn't do that, you sons of. Anyway,
right. No, the what I like about the book that he was that he was talking about is the fact that it started out pretty much as X-Men fanfic. Mm-hmm. And what's funny is that, like, how many books that a lot of people have been, a lot of indie books that have been coming out have been starting out as fanfic. The seeds of it starts off as fanfic. And it's just funny because, like, because usually, like, fanfic and fan art is like they're really looked down upon as like trash media or something. But it's like, look at all of this creativity, this original creativity that actually comes out of that. Yeah. With all these stories and Kickstarters that are coming out, and all these crowdfunding that they all like, eventually it all starts off as, it started off as a fanfic of this or a fanfic of that. And it's like, well, it was started off as Batman. But yeah, you're right. If it's good enough for Marvel and DC to be pitched to, you can keep it for yourself and keep, and do something with that on your own. Yeah.
So one of my neighbors decided to start cutting grass. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that, the little hum of their very loud lawnmower. So
it's okay. I got children in the background. It's okay.
I can't hear it over the parrot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we all have something going on in the background.
Not Randy. He's like, I'm professional.
I've got a wild cat running upstairs, so if you hear that, that's
I like this art too of him in the studio. Now you said in the video that you want to make him you want to put him in the music industry because it gave you opportunity to talk about what one of your other passions, which is DJing, and also it gave you opportunity to put local to put other artists in there. So are there artists you put in there?
Yes. So far I put 5 artists in my book. Issue 1 has 2 recording artists. One by the name of Jacquees. He's under the record label Cash Money, which is a Lil Wayne, if y'all know. Then another one is called TK Kravitz. He's a little bit lesser known, but he still has a record deal, and he's actually from my hometown. Now I reached out for both of them into me using their likeness in my comic book, and they gave me the green light to do it. So I did it, and it's pretty good. Hopefully, I get some money. I can do some live action with them, and, to pay tribute even more. But that was in the first issue. In the second issue, I have local artists from the city I live in. They're in the book as well. And there will be Young Skywalker, Von B. Well, he changed his name. His name's Big Homie Von now. And Kobe the Shooter. And then they're local artists, but they on the right path to to be signed to a label, and I use them as well. And I did that so the bridge two worlds together, because outside looking in, if I didn't tell y'all the second issue had like indie artists, I guess, in it, y'all would think they're major just like the first two. And look them up on Spotify, or Apple Music, or YouTube, whatever, and see their work. And you see the same quality work, but maybe not the same numbers, or maybe even the same numbers depending on what song, I guess. So that's the bridge I try to connect with my books, with music and real life and comics.
That's cool. That's like a really big creative collaborative effort. So technically you can say your comic has a soundtrack.
It actually will have a soundtrack. I mean, I thought about doing that prior to, but now since I'm doing so many interviews and the Kickstarter went well, people keep saying it. As well, I've seen some creators they done some form of soundtrack or album with their books.
Yeah.
My idea was doing it every trade of my book have a project for. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and put that together, because I got some songs that I just with these people that I just got sitting around, so I can just do that and make something happen.
Yeah, because it would be because it's like you're reading the trade, you got the music going, so it's kind of like as kind of like as close to a movie. Right? So you're reading and listening at the same time.
Yes, and also since my very musical comic, the characters or your radio or something will be singing lyrics in the background, which I done took from Spider-Man,
cool.
Spider-Man comics, because Spider-Man he sings a lot, from time to time, and I learned the secret of how they able to do that besides before giving people money for their songs. I think Marvel had got sued one time by artists because they put too many lyrics in the
something like that.
Yeah. So I learned what to do in that situation. But yeah.
So well, I mean, so you're up to issue 3. So do you have catch-up levels? I don't know who's controlling the board here, but it's like, do you have levels for people, like, say they're just hearing about this right now? So
yes, like you said before, the mixtape tier will give you all 3 PDFs, but also have another tier you get the physical books as well. So yeah, you can catch up right now, on my Kickstarter. You just not popping in. A lot of people have picked that tier. And with the issue 4, and I'm gonna do it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do a catch up one for that one, because I think it'd be kind of redundant. So I think I'm just gonna wait. If we're gonna catch up after this, maybe you have to get the trade. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, or just go to the website. I have a website as well. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, because there's always going to be people finding your stuff for the first time. So it's like, as long as there's an option for them to be able to get everything, to be able to catch up, that. So do you have any? So you've met your goal already. So do you have stretch goals that you're gunning for?
Well, first, before I hit my goal, I was doing backer goals. So I had like different bookmarks, stickers, postcards I was doing for every 10 backers.
Oh.
But once I hit my goal, I decided to switch it. I guess I got my stretch goals in the wrong spot of my Kickstarter. It's at the very bottom. But I just recently hit my first stretch goal. Even though it says 1966, I have people that PayPal me money as well. So my first stretch goal was $2,000, and I hit that. So I have to come up with a concept for that, because I was planning on hitting it, But I might give out a poster. That's is an image that's on my website of like a police file of Chaz, of his a little like his skills, his I guess power set, and a little brief history about him. I might get that as a poster as to people, because it looks pretty cool. Every character essentially gonna have that police file, but Chaz is the main character, so that's his first one.
That was good. I like the book. There's a piece out this time with him sitting on the edge of the building.
Yeah,
with the
that's a
towel
good
behind
one.
him.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
So now
that
you
was
get,
that was like almost a homage to the homecoming thing. But I put my own spin on it. It's I guess with Peter's in their yellow jacket, sitting down.
Yeah. This is I like the little figure here too.
Oh yeah, everybody has a chibi.
Yeah.
Everybody loves chibis.
I think, did I ever have a chibi done of my character? I can't think if I did or not, but if I didn't, I need to get one. I'll think that I didn't and then have one made and then find it like, oh, there he is. I could draw it myself, but I like when other people do it. Especially there are artists who are really good at it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
I would just be copying if I tried to do a chibi. I don't know. I just.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah. There's Russ showing his chibi death right there. Yeah.
Hold on, Russ. Let me bring that up again. Hold on.
Yeah.
Bring it up again.
Yeah.
Russ, did you do that?
No. I got an artist called 6 AM Comics to do it.
Okay.
He's really good at that kind of stuff, and I put it on a fridge magnet.
Isn't it? It's something when another artist hires.
Oh yeah. Because I have mine here too.
Yeah, awesome.
I have one there. What? There you go.
Oh, you got one.
My little chibi death right there.
There's some really cool art in this, by the way.
Yeah,
really like the style.
Yeah. Your artist is Nigeria, correct?
Yeah. He traditionally did Western comics. Like we've been together for like 3 years now, so he see that I like in anime and manga and whatnot. So he's been trying to blend the two styles together. So like from I guess issue 2, but issue 3 definitely has it.
Yeah,
a good blend between the two. So it's like a good hybrid. So
yeah,
really nicely done.
And this is Legacy of the View over on Kickstarter. Go over there and back it. He's been doing. How long you been doing this now? This is the 3rd year, you said?
3rd year, 4th year, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. I started writing in 2018, but the first one didn't come out till 19.
So this is the 3rd issue,
yes.
And part of a 4-issue arc. Don't worry though, because I always say when people say they got a 4-issue arc and they're gonna do it. Listen, no artist I know, no creator I know is going to walk away from a hot series.
Oh no, this is a 4-issue story arc. Like this is a mini story arc and overarching arc. It should be 25 issues, but I wrote it so many years ago. My writing changed so this was supposed to be 5 issues, but I had to blend 2 issues together because they just I don't know. So I don't know, but I have 25 issues already written supposedly, so it could be less, but that's how far this first story goes.
It's like Daphne says, she worked really hard to get a story finished.
Yeah,
she finished it, and the second she finished it, it was like, but what if?
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, but also it lends to, I guess, like a comment that we got yesterday about how that they were very pleased to see a lot of independent comics taking their cue from manga and creating story arcs and completed shorter stories as opposed to like the never ending story. Because then that way it's like they can actually enjoy the work in, I guess, like bite-sized pieces, I guess, and knowing that there's an actual ending to it, as opposed to like, is this story, how far does the story go?
But they were doing that with Hellboy. I mean, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like some people, they understand. And unfortunately, that whole thing, because comics can't be episodic anymore in mainstream aren't anyway, because of the way that they're written, because of the market, because of everything. They have these ongoing, but now at the moment it's like with the X titles, it's all event driven. But then you just put people off because you have to buy so many different titles in order to make it work.
Exactly, yeah.
Keep it simple, keep it straightforward. People don't mind buying 3 or 4 issues to get a whole story. They don't mind that. So, but do round each story off.
what the X-Men trades, I don't know if you're aware, but they have like you can get all the X-Men, all of Excalibur, but for that certain story, they have a trade that has a blend in between. So it'd be like X-Men 7 and Excalibur 7, New Mutant 7 all in one trade too. So
but the difference is that we're talking about like $80 trades. We're talking about the big omnibus.
It's the same price as the regular trade. It just put so many out now. I guess I blend. Like if you just want to read X-Men, you can, but you want to read the whole thing of all the books, you trade for that too. So trade 7 will be all 7 issues, something like that.
That which is great, which is exactly the way it should be. But what they're not doing is they're not making it easy for people to go out and buy floppies.
That's true.
They're just not. It's just, and that's really the core of where the market has always been. And now people are finding it difficult to understand that the market is changing radically.
Yeah.
I've been doing something on my page, and I gotta admit this. I've been very critical of Marvel and DC lately, and I've been critical because I've been reading these comics since I was a child. And I get it. They're not for me anymore. But the problem is they keep trying to, they keep marketing to me still.
Because that's the problem. They want it all the ways. They want to say that it's not for you, but they still want you to buy it.
The problem is that they say it's not for you. That's the problem. They should be making comics for everyone.
Well, the thing is, I have an opinion about the current state of the stories they're telling. Not all of them. Not all. Some of them are pretty good. Yeah. Some of them are good. Some of them are good. Most of them are not. And so it's like it used to be the other way. It used to be most of the stories are good. You had a few stinkers. Now it's switch. You got a lot of stinkers and a few that are good. Now I'm critical of them, and it would say, "Well, people aren't buying. You say you don't buy the books. You say you don't read them. How could you know they suck?" And my question is, I challenge people. I don't believe you buy them. So how can you tell me they're good?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I still go to the comic shop every weekend, boys. Every week, every Wednesday, Thursday, I go to the comic shop and I buy my books. Let's see those hauls. I've been saying that. Let's see those. Let's take a picture of your, spread them out on your bed. Take a picture of them. Let's see what you bought, and we can talk since we have to qualify ourselves now.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see what you're buying. I'm not even trying to shame you because I spend $160 a week on comics. I'm not trying to shame you. If you buy 3, that's fine. If you buy 1, that's fine. But let's see that haul. But don't tell me that X-Men is great if you're not reading it.
Right.
Just like you don't want me to tell you that it's bad if I'm not reading, because I am reading it. And I've been doing that. And you know how little response I've got? It's because it's shit. It's not they're not seeing it. They're like, I can't say anything. I'm just gonna bypass. I'm gonna act like
they're just parroting talking points.
Yeah.
They're not even thinking about what they're saying. It's like, they're just like, oh, this sounds like a good retort, so I'm gonna say it.
In all fairness to everybody, it does go both ways as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of smack talked about Marvel and DC.
Right?
Yeah.
And there are jewels in there. There are gems in there. There are still good pieces. I really like the Thinking Critical channel. There's Wes over there and like Perch and all those kind of guys, and they have a broad opinion, and sometimes they've got good things to say about the comics, and sometimes they don't. But it's worth being fair. Don't just repeat what other people have told you.
Right.
Go look. I'm not a fan currently because, I suppose that people could say, well, it's not for you because you're too old, Russ.
Right. Yeah.
But then I go find my entertainment elsewhere. But what I do know is that I'm not going to find it for the most part in those books. But then I don't talk specifically about things because I haven't gone out and bought them. So how can I have an opinion on them? I can have a general view, but and that much like Randy will back up, is not just about the content of the books. It's actually far more about the industry and what's been going on for a really long period of time.
But imagine this. You know what we become? We become in a way, and excuse me, for the lawnmower outside, the lawn people have come and they come whenever they want. I guess whenever he needs weed money, that's when he comes.
Literally.
Cut the weeds.
Weed for weeds.
Yeah. We become pundits in a way. So imagine if someone told you, hey, you can't comment on your favorite sports team unless you are buying tickets to the game. Okay, fine, whatever. But I can still watch them every day or watch their games, watch the highlights, and know they're bums.
Yeah.
I remember here in Detroit, we went 0-16, the Detroit Lions. It's still talked about to this day, a winless season. And it was funny too, by the way. A friend of mine, her dad tried to get the NFL made sure that no one could get any Lions jerseys that were making fun of the fact that they were 0-16 at all. So
because why? Because somebody might have their feelings.
So my friend's dad, he ordered one, and he got the name Owen, Owen, and the number 16 on the back of the jersey, and it went through. But then 4 days later, they sent him a cancellation. Sorry, we can't make a jersey. And he says, why? And he calls me like, why not? And they said, we can't make your jersey because, it says 0-16. He says, no. That's my grandfather, James Owen. He was a soldier. He was a fighter pilot in World War II. He shot down 16 enemy planes. And this is how I'm.
I just had to make up a whole thing. Yeah,
they wouldn't. They told him no. They were funded his money still. But that was just a little segue. The thing is, Russ, you still are aware of the comic state of the industry and what's going on. So of course you comment on it because you work in the industry.
Yeah.
So you comment on it like, hey, I don't like this. I still read the books every week. I read the books. I am dreading this Hellfire Gala that's coming up. I am dreading it, but I want to read it. And
now you dreading it because of the event or the covers? I'm not sure what exactly it is.
I'm dreading it. I'm prepared. Put it this way, I'm prepared.
Well,
I'm not dreading it because of all the costume drama. I'm dreading it because it's probably going to be a whole bunch of talking heads. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's kind of like, what if Tumblr did an X-Men comic?
So how did y'all feel about X of Swords?
X of Swords was not, to me, it was not bad. My wife is reading it now, and she really likes it. But then again, they tricked her by putting her favorite character in. My wife's favorite character is, besides Harley Quinn, my wife's secondary favorite character is Nightcrawler. She loves Nightcrawler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I can't understand why she likes Nightcrawler as much as she does, but she loves that little demon. And
is she born in the 90s?
89.
It's because of TV show X-Men.
X-Men Evolution. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, that was probably the only X-Men show that caught my attention is X-Men Evolution.
Could I ask a question about the whole swords thing?
Sure.
Why does Wolverine need one?
Or he's a samurai.
Yeah, but he's got those big claws.
Or they're not sized. You need a sword,
It's suspenders and a belt, Russ.
Fair enough. I'm not going to take that any further.
Suspenders and a belt.
Why does the Punisher need 3 guns? He only has 2 hands.
The Punisher. I remember when the Punisher got into the War Machine armor, and I was like, hell yeah! And
think of all the carnage he can cause.
Yeah. And I was like, this is gonna be epic. And they did nothing with it. And I'm like, I mean, they did stuff with it, but nothing. They didn't do what I wanted them to do. I wanted it to be like, I want him to keep the armor. I was okay with that change. If anybody should get that War Machine armor, it's him. Brian K. Moore says Wolverine needs a sword because the inevitable toy will have one.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true. And a wolf companion.
Joe says I went from buying close to $500 a month of mainstream comics to a little less than $100.
Yeah.
I don't bring up what I don't like because my lack of purchase should speak volumes.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
My lack of volume.
free market.
Nita said her hall is my hall is bigger than yours, V.
That's exactly what she's saying.
Yeah, they were talking about my unit size earlier. Now they're talking about my hall size. Jeez, I getting it coming and going. So legacy of the view, folks. Please go over here and back this from over on Kickstarter from Specs. I keep also Specs. There's a it's a audio visual school here in Michigan called Specs Howard.
Oh,
and so when I seen your name, I'm like, what is he? I thought for a second, wait, did he go to Specs? But then no, but it's called Specs Howard. They train journalists on for radio, television, and music production, movie production. I know a couple people who went there. So when I think of your name, I make sure I say Thompson because Howard's right there at the back of my throat, ready to come out.
Okay.
Yeah, Travis Gibb in the house. He says, good morning. My comments buying mainstream has increased since the start of 2021. Lots of good stuff. It hasn't slowed down my crowdfunding support. And nor should it. Nor should it.
Yeah,
exactly. No, it should be all part of the same fund.
Yeah.
I say and mine hasn't stopped either. In fact, I got books coming from all angles. I go to the store. I'll be in the comic store today buying some more stuff that they didn't have, that my comic store didn't have yesterday. Because here's the other problem that people don't really address. The comic shop owners aren't buying certain issues that aren't moving. So now I have to go to two different stores. I had my comic shop tell me, he said, I'm not ordering that book because I can't just order one.
That is the problem too.
They won't let me order one. So
yeah,
I'm sorry, Varian, I can't order that book for you because I'm gonna have to order 4 and I'm gonna have the reader still on the shelf. He told me that. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. And
that's how they manipulate the market. That's how they say, oh, we sold X amount of books. It's like, no, you forced retailers to buy X amount of books.
Mm-hmm. And I still want to support them, so I just don't. I could take my business elsewhere to a different store, but then I don't support my local comic shop. And and he has the same name as Specs' character. I don't support, the guy who wants his name is Chaz. I can't support Chaz because he doesn't order that book. If he doesn't order that book, I gotta go somewhere else. I probably can talk him into ordering this book though, because the character's name is Chaz. So I can if you got a retailer label, I try to talk him into doing it. Travis also says the biggest issue is there is a 3-week wait for a reorder right now in Diamond. Such bullshit.
Diamond does reorders? I thought they didn't do reorders.
No, they don't do reorders on your book.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Always works.
It's a big club and you ain't in it.
Exactly.
Yep.
They're like, let me see your challenge coin, but I don't have one. Exactly. Therefore,
that's why we laugh watching them burn.
It's
that's why the retailers get all defensive when we talk bad about them.
Yeah, exactly.
They just don't understand.
We'll talk bad about Diamond, but
that's what I mean. Not the retailers, no.
Well, I do.
Diamond isn't. I just hope that Diamond. I hope Diamond gets their act together. But in the meantime, there's Liberty, and other companies jumping up too. But I buy so many comics, and I don't have time to read them all. And then I find the time at night. I'm going through them, and there was a book. It was a Spider-Man book. Came out recently. I did not enjoy it at all. The artist is phenomenal on it, but it seems like he was lost in the script, or he had no. Maybe his editorial was off or something, but the book was just hard to read. And I showed Daphne, I showed you a page, and you were like, "Oh yeah,
right, yeah." It's just like
nonstop?
It wasn't.
I don't know. Yeah, it was that first issue of Nonstop.
I stopped reading as well. Like too much going on. Like I couldn't. It is too much. It's like jumbled. Like I don't know. I guess it was like a 2-page spread that got me.
Yeah, I think that was the thing that he showed. I mean, it was just like they completely forgot the storytelling aspect of comics. Like, no, it's not the 90s where it's just like a bunch of pinups strung together loosely, so you could sell the pages. It was just like, where's the story? How is this flowing?
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Nita says it was cluttered.
Yeah,
she knows about that. I didn't want to say the name of the book, but it's Nonstop Spider-Man, and I enjoy was it Chris Bachalo? Is that his name? I enjoy his art. I think his art is good. For some reason, that book it seemed cluttered to me, and it was taking me out of it, and I'm used to reading that lazy American Z pattern. You know, that's where my stuff is at. Travis says, I'm excited to see the indie market when Diamond collapses. It's super exciting to see what happens when all the chips fall.
Well, you know, there's no, make sure there's no monkey paw near you while you're saying that. Yeah.
I mostly stopped buying. Jake says I mostly stopped buying from the local comic shop due to COVID and late carrying. So I've ordered from online bookstore.
Yeah.
Grandpa's Comic Con says right now for every $1 I spend on comics at a local shop, I spend $20 on indies.
Yeah.
See, there's a shift going on, and I'm worried. I was told the other day that Varian do not entertain people who are propping up defensively the mainstream industry. They're doing it because someone told them they can get a job.
Yeah. They're protecting. Yeah, they're protecting their job opportunities. So,
and most of them, and some of them, so the thought that they would get hired, it used to be laughable, but then.
Oh, now it's even more laughable.
Well, no, I would laugh, but then I knew a cashier who now is never mind.
You're still a cashier, probably.
I know a cashier who has a career now.
Right.
And she's only got maybe 1 or 2 more companies before she's done.
I shouldn't say that about her. But I shouldn't say that about her. But
don't say that about her. That's not nice.
Yeah, she doesn't know her job. Anyway, but it's weird.
No, but that's true though. That's true. A lot of people who are that defensive, it's like, you know, they're standing for these companies, and it's like, dude, no one at Marvel cares about you. You're never going to work there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like no one is going to come down from on. CB is not going to come to your door and goes, you know, we want to thank you for protecting us on Twitter.
Yeah.
On the twitters.com. You know, it's like no one's going to do that.
Please
receive
even his real samurai sword as a
right. Exactly.
There you go. No, I do think that we make a good point that indie comics are starting to outpace them, and I think that could be a thing. Hey, imagine that. That's someone goes, hey, listen, man.
I want to add one more thing. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
because I know you're on a thought, but there's also another point here to all of this argument, and that is it's a matter of context. Because from wherever you're standing or wherever you're starting, that's where your heart's going to go, just out of nostalgia. So you could be raised in the Bronze Age and look at the stuff nowadays, and it's utter trash. You can be you could start reading in the Silver Age, and you look at the stuff nowadays, and it's utter trash. You could have started reading 2 or 3 years ago and think that the actual quality of the books have gone up.
Yeah.
And thus, it's not. All you people out there who say that comics are shit don't know what you're talking about.
A lot of it's perception.
I remember my father.
It is perception. Art is subjective.
I remember my father ranting. It's like he had seen some Teen Titans, George Perez Teen Titan issues that I had lying around. George Perez Teen Titans, and he was ranting how he hated that work because he was thinking, because like, no, when I grew up, comics was the Captain Marvels where Dr. Sylvana was stealing all the world's radios. That was fun. What is this shit with all like the hair that looks like fire and crap? I mean, it was just like he went through this whole rant about it.
Yeah. It's all from your particular point of view. So we can't be upset at people who start in the shit era and say that stuff's growing and getting better. You just have to understand. It's all from your point of view. Yes,
it's all from a particular point of view, and we must respect those people that have been born in a shit era of comics.
Yes. But if you go back and learn your history at all, if you bother to care enough about the industry to learn your history, if you bother, and you go back and you look at the direct market and the formation of the direct market, you very, very quickly come to the realization that Marvel and DC have no respect for the direct market. They've never had any respect for the direct market. They started out in the direct market as a joke, thinking, oh, well, we could just produce whatever we want, and then it's all non-returnable, right? Cool. What are the stupidest characters we have hanging? Oh, Kazar. That'd be hilarious. let's do a Kazar book. Let's do a Shauna the She Devil book. Let's that Moon Knight title isn't selling very well. We'll do Moon Knight and just sell it to the direct market because we won't have to get any of those back. You go back and you look, even the it's amazing to me, and you really have to give credit to the retailers who have hung on 10, 20, 30 years in this direct market for having to deal with literally all of the crap that Marvel and DC have done. And you go back and you have to look at the history of how they've always treated this market. I personally feel that variant covers is a big snub to the nose of all of the retailers. When you have to buy 25 of a book in order to get one book by the artist that everybody knows.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of variant covers in themselves is not a problem. It's the predatory practices of the mainstream publishers that are the problem.
And with the way the collector's market is, they've encouraged people not to read. They've just encouraged people to collect and slap. And they're encouraging people to go after the cover and not bother to read the book.
Point of clarification, they're saying variant covers, not variant covers. Variant covers. Covers from Varian are great. You should buy them all.
We should all buy all Varian covers. Yes.
All Variant covers, yeah.
But anybody out there who's seen the history and knows the history of the direct market would know that the lack of appreciation from these so-called mainstream companies. It's kind of offensive, actually.
Jake says Diamond won't collapse for a good while. The manga market may sustain them just yet.
Yeah, their manga section in the Diamond is huge. I didn't realize they pushed that many books.
Yeah, they may have the last laugh yet.
Yeah.
Well, there's a sustainability for Diamond out there if they open up their policies and they go back and they look at how they've been treating people. Diamond, that is, not the mainstream. But these independent guys have gone out there and have gone to Diamond on their knees begging to be taken. And Diamond has, a number of us have been snubbed or pushed away or thrown out or told that we don't matter or that we're insignificant or whatever. If Diamond were to actually wake up and change those policies and actually be a comic book distributor and not a big mainstream promoter, there'd be a huge difference. They don't have the mainstream anymore. They don't have Marvel and DC, so they're going to have to do something.
Let me read the comments real quick. Travis says, I defend certain titles. There are many of the books that are best in years. I'm not going to buy into this dead industry because they are doing some amazing things. He says,
and that's his opinion because of his perspective.
Right. There's a lot of bad. However, there are some great stuff coming out and taking a lot of risks. Yeah, there's bad, but there's also a lot of good. And we said that. Yeah, we said that there are some good books out there. I just wish there were more good than bad. And I'm upset when people go on the internet and they say, "Hey, I didn't enjoy this story," and they get called bigots or you don't understand it.
And again, Travis is right because New Warriors was genuinely a risk.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a risk. It didn't pan out, but they put that out? Is it
they
out?
Threw that out there in front of people. I think I don't know if it ever saw actual print or not.
No, it didn't.
It did.
But they're taking a lot of risks. Absolutely, it's just that it's not risks that are going to make them money.
And Travis also says,
No. Also, the thing is too is like with people like really getting defensive is that they're not separating the entertainment they enjoy from their personality. So they're confusing you criticizing or even just taking a wild shit on a book. You know, it's like it's either one as attacking attacking them personally. You know, like saying your favorite band sucks.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a part of the problem. But it's like, no, it's like, yeah, I may be saying that your favorite band sucks, but if you like your band, who cares what I think about them?
Yeah, it's exactly like the statement that's below us that Travis said. Yeah. Also, that market that Randy Zimmerman is talking about gave me Darkhawk.
Yeah.
So he can't be right. Darkhawk is amazing.
Did you say Darkhawk?
Darkhawk.
You're always at it, aren't you?
But again, that's Travis's perspective because to me, Darkhawk is a horrible character. But then I was raised when I was a kid, I was reading stuff that nobody reads now. I was really grooving on Bloodstone, and logically it doesn't make Bloodstone as a character doesn't make any sense. But there's a certain aspect of fantasy to it that I find amazing. Nobody knows who that character is. I loved Killraven. Killraven's amazing. Marvel can't keep a book on Killraven out now to save their life.
You may read the guy at the stone this chest, and I'm reading it. I'm like, the hell is this?
Yeah.
and I didn't enjoy it. But Randy enjoys it now.
It's whenever like Rogue One comes up, and and Randy has an aneurysm, and I'm sitting here giggling because I love Rogue One, and Randy is working out, and I'm like going, well, you could tell me all the stuff that you don't like about Rogue One. That's still one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So,
the reason that it makes you that movie is your favorite is probably entirely different reasons for the reason why I hate it.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, like I don't allow Randy's opinion on something that I like taint what I like. But a lot of people take it personally, and and they confuse that for discourse.
By the way, I see the sigh in his hand. Did he make that on this Legacy of the View?
Yeah.
Did he construct that?
Because it's a that's why he brought up Wolverine with the sword. I said the side because that's a comic swipe of Wolverine versus Sabretooth.
Yeah.
So, well, the reason think of the side as the claws of Wolverine. So, yeah.
Well, I when I see, I also think it's another nod, and you tell me if I'm right or not. But when I see someone wearing red and they got a side, I think Elektra. I think Raphael.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go.
Kind of, sort of. Like I said previously, he was based off of Gambit and Forge, but since now I remade him, he's based off of Casey Jones and Kyle Rayner. So I mean, I guess I'll be yelling that. It's weird. Most of my favorite characters they wear red, and my favorite color is red. It's just worked out that way. For some reason though, I thought about drawing a picture like Team Red, all my favorite characters that were red, and I thought they would never actually coexist. But before I go into that, Legacy of the View number 1 3, you can get on Kickstarter right now, folks. Go help make this project happen. It is funded, so you definitely
will get these books. You will get your books. Yes.
Yep. They're Legacy of the View over on Kickstarter, and we're gonna follow that campaign and see how it goes. But my Team Red consists of the Red Power Ranger. It's going to get worse from there. Jason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tommy later on when he got the Zeo powers, but Tommy's gonna always be the White Ranger to me. Coming in taking a manager job, that was kind of cold, but whatever.
You see, this is how like people's ages, because now you're talking Power Rangers, and it's like, what? I don't understand. Is that English? I don't know.
My kids watch Power Rangers.
See, I remember playing hooky from choir practice. So I could find out who the White Ranger was. And I refused to go. I was like, I can't go today. My voice is hoarse.
Look at that, soap operas for kids.
Yeah. And I was like, I got from the White Ranger is. And I found out too. And I was like, yeah, all right, that's kind of cool. But no, I was gonna say that Alvin the Chipmunks, Team Red, Huey from DuckTales,
Team Red.
Yeah, Team Red. Raphael, Team Red. I love all the characters that they would never be able to coexist as a team because there's a lot of aggression and chicanery there. And,
what about Shiro from Voltron?
Voltron.
Oh yeah. But see,
or Keith now.
No, Keith is Red Lion.
Keith is Red. Keith again. Red was the leader. I would always have my chest puffed out because hey, Red is the leader. Yeah, I remember.
As long as you don't get into Star Trek fandom, you're good.
Yeah. When I go there, it's like that's what we call it, being red shirted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I didn't. That's an actual business term. That's when geek culture starts seeping into business.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You guys are gonna be red shirted. What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's only a matter of time and popularity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what Star Trek is only, I think, the second most popular franchise ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right behind Star Wars and maybe James Bond and Godzilla. And Harry Potter. and now that James Bond is property of Amazon, we can all live a happier life.
Speaking of
because three major conglomerates should own all the media.
Yeah, really, sure.
Oh, that's normal. That's good. That's completely healthy to the marketplace.
What on earth can go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
I tried to buy James Bond, but they don't take checks. So there's something about stock options and cashier's checks. I was like, what? Again, I got $5 I can put on it. They weren't hearing it.
It's also probably just a little more money than your trust fund can afford.
Yeah.
I think it was like $7 billion or something.
I found out something too, by the way, guys, about trust funds.
We'll see what the value is after the next movie.
Well,
if you have a trust fund out there, you better know how it's
structured
funds and how it's structured and how it's how the money is put in there. Like if you got one of those ones that just turns over, more money shows up. You better find out how that money goes in there, because if there's anything illegal that happens, your ass is on the line for it. I just found that out recently, and it was
it's I think it's part of the I think like the RICO statutes or something in terms of like like funds that are related to illegal activity. Like it was more to rein in, I think, like mafia connections or drug dealer connections or something. Because we're completely random on this show.
yeah.
Damn it, Daphne beat me to it. Also,
welcome to the Sunday Funnies, folks.
If you're looking to get Specs is going to be filling a book pretty soon. Gemini mailers are what you want to send that book out in. Look, there's a lot of people making Gemini mailers. They aren't quite Gemini mailers. And really, they are. You can't tell the difference. One of these is a Gemini mailer, one isn't. You can't tell the difference until you hold them. This is the Gemini mailers, one at the bottom here. This one up top isn't.
You can't tell the difference till they're delivered.
Yeah.
Right,
when they deliver, you can tell. You're like, oh my goodness, it's horrible. And I luckily the book that I got in that non-Gemini mailer, luckily it got here okay, but it had become disheveled inside the packaging. The thing is, if you want to get Gemini mailers, then you should. They're the industry standard for shipping comics in. GeminiComicSupply.com. Use coupon code VOLT10. That's VOLT10, VOLT10, and save yourself some money. They're giving Indie Vote listeners a opportunity to save some money. So VOLT10, VOLT10 is the code to use. Save yourself some money on the Gemini mailer.
Now I feel like I'm on.
Do that. Yeah.
I feel like I'm on like a paid advertisement now. This is great. I'm advertorial. I love it.
And it's not very often that we get sponsors, but we especially like to promote those sponsors with quality product.
Right. Exactly.
And this is a quality product. Buy something.
And it is. Yep.
Starting in June, Geekgasm has a sponsor, Randy. I don't know if I
told
you.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Smirnoff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the official drink of Geekgasm.
Awesome. That's great.
You are kidding me. You've got Smirnoff.
Yes, we do.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. And they demanded this.
That's become my second favorite drink.
Because we work in comics.
Yeah, we have to drink.
Well, no, I always used to do Smirnoff. That was it. Neat Smirnoff and a cup of coffee. That's fantastic. That is.
Oh boy.
But I've found Jack Daniels. So
you see, you know what? I was trying to enjoy a nice Bud Light the other day, I picked on me so badly that I no longer. I know
that man
beer,
can be
beer
so
and pizza
cutting.
Discourse.
Yeah.
That's a man that takes his pizza personally.
Don't talk to JD. Don't talk to him about pizza. He'll kill you.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. Also,
we love you, JD. We do.
Yeah, yes, we do.
I love JD.
Specs, by the way, real
More
quick.
than I should.
I know. I think. Did you say you had to get out here earlier?
No, that was on the other thing.
Okay. Real quick too. You down there in Georgia, home of Marvel Comics. It was home of Marvel Comics. They've uprooted now and went to Georgia. Not Georgia, Australia.
LA, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they in LA now?
In Australia to film.
Oh my God! Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you ever get a chance to cameo in any movies? Did you ever go down to try to get in anything as an extra?
No, because I mean, I wasn't really hip on the Marvel things going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now they're doing something. Because Jamie Foxx been popping up a lot in Atlanta.
Mm.
So their thing is a untitled film they're filming.
Mm.
But some people say it is Spider-Man or something else he has going on, or he might be doing two at the same time. You know, no telling. But they're definitely there right now filming something.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the Falcon Winter Soldier, it was filmed in Atlanta too, because I didn't know, but I just watching it. I was like, hey, I know that location. It was some graffiti on the wall. And I took some photos there before, so I knew exactly where it was at. So
cool.
I think they haven't been announcing it because of COVID and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been doing it in secret because it really hasn't been in that many like behind the scenes shots or like notification that they're here somewhere.
Yeah, they don't want people like gathering and stuff to watch them.
That wouldn't be good. Yeah,
I would like to be in a Marvel movie so I can bridge the gap between the Transformers universe and the Marvel universe. Because I've told this before. I've been in two Transformers movies. They filmed them here in Michigan. The first
that was you. You were Bumblebee.
I'm running my ass off. Transformers the first movie. They only get like half of my shoulder. Well, you can see my fat ass like hauling across the street.
Widescreen.
Screaming about Starscream porn.
Yeah. You know what's cool is that it's actually when Starscream starts blowing shit up and I run. And so it's pretty cool. You can see this little black guy in the distance just taking off his little chubby ass running. And the second one, apparently I didn't get enough because there's second one. I didn't get enough because there's a little cameo, but I got a chance. I got some pictures. I took pictures next to Optimus because they would park the cars downtown Detroit. They parked them, and it was really cool. Like,
anyway.
yeah. It's like, someone's gonna steal Optimus? Like, I was waiting to drive down there one day because my office is right down there at the time they were filming it. I had my publishing company, Unlimited Psycho. At the time we had our office down there, and I would wait. I would drive through every morning and wait to see Prime sitting on bricks. But he never was, and I was like, oh, thank God. Respect.
They might have been scared. You might transform. You never know.
Yeah, Bumblebee. They never kept that car out. They showed it and they drove it wherever it had to go because at that time that Camaro was new, and they knew better than to leave down the street.
See, that was the one. Yeah, a truck they could take a chance leaving outside, but that Camaro they had locked up somewhere.
What movie was that with the Camaro?
That was Transformers. That was the first Transformers movie, Michael Bay.
Yeah, that car wasn't out yet. The car didn't come out like 2 years later.
Yeah. So they kept that bad boy away. They didn't. It was brought out. They did the little scenes. And they drove it right into a truck, or right up on a flatbed
with the armored guards.
Yeah. Take it out of here. I got a chance to see Michael Bay. He was he went into one of the Coney Island restaurants, and that was cool. And I had this weird thought. People don't believe me. But I think it'll be great. I know Todd McFarlane wants to get a new Spawn movie out. I think Michael Bay's his guy.
Michael Bay?
Yeah, that would make sense. Sure.
Yeah. I think Michael Bay's got people tell me like, well, I think there might be a personality clash there. Because they just seem like they're two very
Oh, that would be the
How'd y'all feel about Sam Raimi?
Sam Raimi directing a Spawn movie?
Yeah.
No.
Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange has got to be phenomenal, though.
Yeah,
I'm really curious.
I'm really looking forward to that film
because he's kind of weird.
Kravitz said it's worth trying the cardiac Optimus just for the news coverage. Yeah. That'll be me driving around.
Slow truck chase.
So you're a big Transformers fan.
Me?
Because a lot of the time, all I hear is people screaming that they hate Transformers movies because of Michael Bay and the way that he did it. So did you like the films or?
I liked the first one. I wasn't, I didn't think it was a great film, but I liked it. Plus, they had Megan Fox in there, so it was like Everything's forgiven. Everything's forgiven.
Everything's forgiven.
The second one is when I started to realize, hey, wait a minute. I don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think what it is that after the first one I thought was pretty good. But then afterwards, it was kind of like, oh, Michael Bay's really not a fan of this, is he?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's kind of what I guess like soured a lot of people, you know, that it's like, when the director's a fan, you can tell, and when the director's apathetic, you can also tell.
That's why they shouldn't be they should be generating new things. Because you can't expect a director to be the fan of a property. It's like I don't know if I would imagine that Jackson was a fan of Lord of the Rings, but his part on Lord of the Rings, his point was he wanted to bring Tolkien's creation to life. He said in an interview, I do not want to put anything of myself in it. None of the people involved in the production want themselves in this. They just wanted to be faithful to the product, and do it. So if you can't do that, and I don't believe you have to be a fan to do it. If you can't do that, then leave it to someone else or make something new, and fill that with your passion. You know,
it's the controversy with Star Wars. It's like everyone was like, well, Rian Johnson wasn't a fan, and in fact held a lot of disdain for the fans. And it's like, so why are you doing a Star Wars movie?
I mean, it's again, he should have just been good enough to make a good film. I mean, in fact, it was a hot mess. The whole thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what point of view you have. I really don't care. I don't care about the ideology.
Great characters. It was all awful. Great acts wasted. You know,
the first film of the trilogy was kind of like just a rehash of other things, and it
had a lot of potential.
Had potential, even though they killed Han. Sorry, spoilers.
But Harrison Ford only wanted to be the movie.
Yes, exactly. So part of this was a real world environment. He didn't want to be in it anymore. But the second film, I remember coming out of that film thinking, well, that looked like a Star Wars film.
And
it sounded like a Star Wars film. But I don't feel like I've watched a Star Wars film.
No, for real.
I didn't even
the last one.
No, I have not bothered with the third one. But it's like, I don't know. It seems to me there's so many people recreate. I mean, like every other story you see on the internet is reboot of this, reboot of that. It just makes something new. Entertain us.
Catering to nostalgia is easy.
Well, it isn't, obviously, because look at all the movies that have all the reboots are all, if not reboots, trying to modernize something. It's like, well, look how they failed. You know, like, it depends what your sense of failure is. I'm sure it's more than my Kickstarter.
I mean, Star Wars still made over $1 billion.
Made $1 billion, but it's like it could have made $2. You know, it's I don't know. It's a really difficult.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I mean, my point, where I was coming from, my point was, it's like I'm quite shallow. So I'm as much as I do like a bit of canon, I'm not gonna die on any kind of canon hill. For instance, I remember watching Transformers as a kid. Okay, probably the first time around. And I watched the films, and kind of like my shallow side went, yeah, fine, pass the popcorn. It was just a bunch of explosions and some special effects, and I enjoyed it. A lot of people got very upset about the films, and I couldn't quite understand it. And so, for instance, I know there's a lot of people that hate on Star Trek. When the first reboot came out, the first Star Trek, I thought it was close to genius, because they'd managed to have the old Star Trek but put it in new actors in a new way. They could have launched and spun off from there. But what they did was kind of ruin it after that. But the actual concept was superb. I really enjoyed myself with the first film, and I thought they did a great job. And they tried to sort of recreate some of those characters, which I think the actors did really well. So, but then as it went on, it was kind of like, oh, this is not working now. And then when you actively try in some IPs which is obvious, it happens, that they try and either devalue or remove the past, then you kind of get upset with it. Even if, like me, I'm fairly shallow. I'm not a canon guy. You know, I just enjoy what's put in front of me. For instance, the MCU, I enjoyed it. It was never the comics. It was never 616. Okay, but it was a great fun ride, and I really enjoyed it. And I just took it for what it was worth. But when you start trying to devalue what's come before simply to try and make a point, it's at that point you start to go, oh, I'm not watching this anymore. Yeah. You know, it's,
the second new Star Wars movie. I walked out of that one, kind of felt like I got punched in the gut. Yeah. Not because like I had any. I mean, I get the subversion of expectations. Oh, we're gonna take what you thought was gonna happen and flip it. I appreciate that type of storytelling. I just felt like he did it to me.
Well, there's that whole, you know,
what have you done to me?
Well, you see, because here's the thing, because here was the issue that I had. I mean, it's like the subverting of expectations. That's something that I expect from Game of Thrones. Like that was pretty much a theme, putting a lot of these fantasy elements on its head. With Star Wars, this is a franchise people have been waiting 40 years and developed headcanons over to see this story, and we wanted to see the story in a very specific way. This was not the place to subvert your expectations. This was what we wanted to see, what we wanted to see.
It's like you know what,
and we didn't see it.
And they're like, hey, you know, so I just started thinking about subvert expectations all the time after that. Like, you know what, I'm gonna subvert expectations and see how they like it. So like, hey, like, imagine calling your phone company. I don't know what's in my bill today, but guess what? You know, I'm not paying. I'm going to get to the altar and say, I'm going to
subvert your expectations by not paying the bill.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way. I don't think it works.
I'm getting to the altar where you take it for your lawfully wedded wife. I'm going to go to. I'm telling my child I'm taking to McDonald's, and we're going to go get. We're going to put up a Dollar Tree.
That's a common disappointment. Come on, that's subverting expectations.
You're just being mean now.
Hey, let's go get some toys.
We have food at home.
Yeah, let's go get some toys. Why are you taking me to Dollar Tree? Because there's toys here. Yeah. There's no real toys here, Daddy. These toys have lead in them. And you'll eat these toys and like it. I grew up fine. I sucked on Hot Wheels. Diecast too, man. Diecast. It was all right.
Yeah. Let's get some lead in that paint.
Yeah. Also, guys, from Indie Vote Radio, and this one is from Omar. Omar says, Omar is a quotation mark. I'm not sure Omar's real name. Omar said, I did a cover for Image and then a cover for Marvel 2 years later. Okay. I thought I was on my way. Yeah. And every time I write an email or send a letter letting them know that I'm open for work, I get a good boy pat on the head or no interest at this time. I want to warn artists that just from working at Marvel or Image does not mean that you have made it. To keep your indie collaborators and friends close, you may have to go back down to the indie market and beg for work. Unlike me, he says, who kind of shirked and disrespected those guys on my way up, I'm now kissing their asses on the way back down. Russ, you worked for Marvel. You worked for DC.
Well, I haven't worked for DC.
Marvel. I'm sorry.
I have been involved with pitches for DC. I have worked with Marvel editorial on licensed characters. I've been involved with Cartoon Network, drawing for them. And I've been involved with, obviously, the BBC and Panini, drawing Doctor Who. When I first got the email say, you've got the Doctor Who gig in 2015, my wife and I almost did cartwheels around the room. I mean, it was like that. It felt like, yes, I've arrived. This is it. I mean, like Doctor Who is the British Mickey Mouse. Mm-hmm. You know, like everybody knew Doctor Who. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't think many people know who Doctor Who is. And that's mostly to do with the fact that they don't put it on enough and they don't put it on at the right time, I think, more than anything else. But But quite apart from all that, I thought I'd made it. I thought, well, not made it, but I thought, yes, I've broken in. I've knocked down the door. I'm on the other side of that door now because I'm involved with very high value brands. Not the case. Not the case at all. Once those books stopped, that was the end of it. There was no more, and it was I tried banging on certain doors, just got ignored. And the only way to make it is to just get out there and do it. I feel like I got accepted by Marvel in '95 as a penciler, but never got the work that I was hoping for. I also got accepted at Image. I had my work passed around, but just didn't get the work. Went off, had a career, came back 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Very naive, not even at my age, not realizing quite what was going on because I'd had a proper career in the real world. With when you work professionally with people, and thought that maybe that approach might work, and it didn't. But I managed to work my way in via meeting people, working with some exceptional people like Tim Quinn and Jason Quinn and the guys over at Panini. So I was very fortunate to get the gigs that I got. But the only way and the way the industry was moving, I could see the writing on the wall. The only way you were going to make it long term was to go do your own thing.
Yeah.
Go do your own thing and don't give it to anyone else.
And that's the thing. You got to be careful where you put your work now. It's getting to the point where Travis said, I'm still shocked that they destroyed the Solo movie because of the hate of 2. I think Disney was shocked when you can't put out Star Wars movies as fast as Marvel movies. Yeah, I think the Star Wars movies need at least, I want to say 2 years.
And out of everything that Disney has done, all of the Star Wars material, I think that Solo is as close to an actual Star Wars film as far as flavor and pacing and that goes. That's because Ron Howard, knew what a Star Wars movie was, and that's what he was expected to deliver, and that's what he delivered.
Yeah.
I got to,
and it is a shame it didn't get more distance because outside of a few little minor points in the film, it was a real solid movie, I thought.
Now I gotta join Daphne on this one. I did not dislike Rogue One.
I'm about to say, am I going to get fired?
Well, I didn't
Randy,
say I didn't dislike it. I said I loved it.
I don't hate the movie.
Yeah.
I just wish I had been in the writer's room when they were doing it because somebody up there should have had a sense of logic. That's all.
Now, that second movie with the hyperdrive stuff, I'm sitting there like, I remember sitting there. Sitting in the theater rocking.
The Last Jedi was a lot worse.
Yeah, like I say, as far as canon is concerned, I can kind of that's not the hill I'm going to die on.
Yeah.
But when you sail a ship through a bunch of other ships using hyperdrive and destroy them all and get away with it, it's like, well, why didn't you just do that in the first film on the Death Star?
Look,
you just completely destroyed everything. Well, you've destroyed it all.
There was something that someone had said that a story only exists because of bad decisions. Yeah. I mean, if stormtroopers were excellent shots, the first movie would have only been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So canonically, stormtroopers have to be crappy shots.
Didn't they explain that away? Just like they kind of explained that in the sequel trilogy, in the prequel trilogy, where the clones were really good at shooting. They had great shots. They were crack shots, and all the people that came after who weren't the clones,
like a horror
they were all just crap.
It's kind of like a horror movie needs somebody to say, "Why don't we split up?" Let's go in the scary house.
Let's go in that cabin in the woods.
Right,
let's go and have a look.
Let's go share a meal with that inbred hillbilly family. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm pretty sure. Here's what happened. Rian Johnson has meetings, has parties, and he's like, "Hey, I'm making a movie. Who wants to be in it?" And all these, like, if I told you guys right now, hey guys, I'm making an X-Men movie. Who wants to be in it? And all of you said, "Oh, I want to be in it," but somehow I allowed you guys to tell me what you want to do in it. I believe to this day that Laura Dern told Ryan, "I want to blow up some ships," And he says, I'm going to make that happen.
Not for nothing. That's how the first Star Wars movie got made. All the actors told George Lucas, your shit is stupid. I am not saying that dialogue.
Can you imagine that? Like, right? Now, for someone who's in love with their own dialogue, like me, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right? Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened. A lot of that dialogue in the first movie is ad lib because especially like Harrison Ford was like going, I'm not saying that.
Yeah. Now, when you look at we talk about where you careful when you put in your content at in your work,
right?
And not just because you've done the DC Marvel thing.
Yeah.
Do you think? And I'll direct this to Specs. Because you had said that you had originally thought that it was maybe the pitch to Marvel and DC as well. I know an artist who was. They said people have told me now that my work is to my artist really good, and I need to go pitch to Image, and so I'm taking my shot, and here we go. And I'm thinking, oh, you poor sweet summer child.
Right? Yeah.
You're not even close to ready.
Right.
You're not. Well, what are you? And if you do this, and I knew what was going to happen. I know that. Not only here's a response is actually a good thing. If you get a response, that means they like you. If you don't get a response, they think you're a joke. They think you sent. They're not going to even dignify your request for a response, and they didn't. And this person got mad. They said. You think that a company would at least email me back?
Look, you can't you can't even apply for a job at freaking Kinko's and expect an answer back.
I don't know what Kinko's is.
Oh, it's a coffee shop. It's owned by FedEx now.
I love all those American names.
Yeah, so
they don't make any sense.
It's the sound. It's not supposed to make sense, but the guy explained how he came up with the name, but that's besides the point, though. So to kind of add to what Russ was talking about. So I guess for me, my thought of like, oh, I'll only make it big if I get this company to pay attention to me is Disney. Like that was always like my hard-on company. It's like, oh, if I only work for Disney, So I ended up building.
Congratulations.
Oh, there we go. There you go, Travis. So I ended up forming a friendship with a Disney artist, Kevin John. So he works for Disney through the Wonderground Gallery. Like he does all their limited edition artwork that you see in the parks. And he has the title Master Disney Artist, which only like 12 people in the world have. So this was a very important job for him, and now he's doing official work, licensed work for Lucas and everybody. So it opened, working for Disney opened up all these other opportunities. So I was talking to him about that, saying that it's like, oh, it's like, how did you, it's like, how did Disney come, how did you get Disney to pay attention to you? And he goes, look, the only way a company as big as Disney pays attention to you is if you build your own brand up that you're making your own money. Mm-hmm. If you can make your own money on your own stuff, then Disney is looking at you and saying, if this guy can make his own money, how much money can we make off of him?
Yeah.
And ever since he said that, it was like, oh, now it makes complete sense. Then I kind of like stopped chasing that tail because it's like, well, if I can make my own money on my own stuff, what do I need Disney for? Like for him, that was Disney just became another opportunity, but he can live without Disney. He had his own thing going. Yeah. So it's like, it's not, so these companies, they want you to think that they're an end all, but they're not. Because in the end, you have to take care of you and build your brand. I kind of loathe that marketing term when we're talking about people, but it's like you have to build your brand so that you are benefiting from your work first, and then another company, maybe they'll look at you and go, oh, maybe we can exploit that for us too.
Let Specs the guy here. Specs, real quick, where can people follow you online?
Yes. You can right now. You can go to Kickstarter and type in, Legacy of View. There's gonna be two options. You pick the one that says Legacy of View 1 through 3. There's some deals on there for like my issues. I got all of them at one time plus a PDF. But if you don't want to do the Kickstarter, you want to just support me another way, you can go to the website. It is legacyofview.com.
Hey, Pops.
And if you don't want to buy any, because there's plenty issues and merchandise and posters on there as well, and you just want to follow the ride journey, you can go to Legacy of View on Instagram or Facebook. Everything's pretty simple. Just type in the title comic, everything should come up, and that's about it.
All right, and Legacy of the View is up there on Kickstarter. Go over there and check it out. I'll put the link in the description of the video as well, so you guys can go over there and check that out. You can always click on it and make sure that you back it. He's got 8 days left, so not a lot of time, but enough. Make sure you contact him. You can also reach out to Specs online. Congrats, Specs, says Pops Van Zant, who's in the chat. I put the link there as well. Yep. Specs, I'll talk to you a little bit later. You have a great day.
Take care, Specs. Nice meeting you.
Good
luck on that view.
Excellent book, mate.
And then I think that we have a with what you were saying, Daphne, though, they have there's this idea that we as creators, we have to push toward Disney, and we don't have to do that. Those companies, when they hear you're making money, that's money they're not making.
Yeah,
they're like,
that's exactly how he explained it to me.
Yeah, and they're like, and they got to get over there and they got to get in there. I was looking at a documentary on Chronicles of Narnia and why it was made, because they realized that the Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter were making millions and millions and billions of dollars, and they were getting Academy Awards, and that was not their franchise. So they had to figure out something, and Disney went around trying to find whatever they could, and they were like, look, what can we get? Hey, look, Chronicles of Narnia is open, and they jumped over there, and the first film did well. The second film, they said they were happy with, but then they buried that they weren't going to do it. Another one on December 28th, which is where you bury bad news. You bury bad news in December, but especially on the 28th, which is weird because it's my wife's birthday. You bury it on that day so that it gets covered up by all the holiday stuff.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot there between Christmas and New Year's. Yeah,
which they weren't going to be doing a third movie, and then Fox jumped in and said, "Hey, we'll do it," and Fox was happy with it. The third Chronicles of Narnia, but not as much as. But anyway, they wanted these studios. They want to make money off a project.
Right.
If they see Russ is making money, first they'll try to copy it. If they can't get that, then they'll get they'll go to Russ and say, "Hey, we need Only Death Can Save Us."
Yeah, not much chance of that happening.
Jake says he still can't forgive them for murdering Treasure Planet.
Wow, that was a weird time for Disney.
That was a very weird time.
Treasure Island, by the way, guys.
Treasure
Planet. I got a question about Treasure Island.
Because it came out, because that was around like Treasure Planet, Atlantis, and then I think there was
I think it started really with Black Cauldron. Yeah, all of the movies that Disney animated during that period. Jumped into obscurity.
Yeah, Black Cauldron. Yeah, that was like, that was like, why did you even?
Well, I'll ask.
Disney lost their mojo.
I had a question about Treasure Island, but I'll ask when we go off the air because it may be insensitive. So I'll.
What you going to do? Upset pirates?
Yeah.
No. Well. A form of a pirate, I might upset. So I'll go to that later. But
Russ has a thick skin.
No, a form of a pirate.
A
type of pirate. I may upset.
Yeah.
So
I'm not asking.
That's for the adult channel then.
Yeah. But it's time to go anyway. So where can you folks be found at? We'll start with Daphne.
Okay, so you can head over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you are into seeing sketches and current work in progress and dopey little doodles and whatnot. And you can also check out my YouTube channel for somewhat weekly live streams. I didn't do one yesterday because my neighbor was doing construction, and that's not conducive to live streaming.
I was wondering that.
So that it was very noisy. They literally sounded like they were in my house. It was awful. So you can also read the first 5 issues of Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, in its original black and white format at the main website. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a Lord of the Rings type adventure, talking about Lord of the Rings, you can follow the link to talltalesonline.com and read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free. And don't forget to sign up for updates, because I do have a lot of campaigns down the line. So you want to keep updated with that, so you don't miss any future issues. So there you go.
Mr. Leach, who just finished that piece while we're inking.
I haven't finished it. Okay. It's close to finished. It's close to finished. So.
That was great. Where can they find you at, sir?
You can find me at just here.
Where? Somewhere.
He lost his train of thought. What's up, Russ?
My wife wandered past, and I just you can find me at YouTube. You can find me as russleach.com, comicbookblackbelt.com. You can find me on YouTube as Comic Book Black Belt. You'll see stuff like I've been doing here. I go live on a Monday night with Enter the Dojo and do something different every week, whether it's digital penciling, whether it's inking, digital inking, traditional, whatever. You can find out more about my book, Only Death Can Save Us, onlydeathcansavus.com. There is a link there to the Indiegogo. It's still currently in demand. It will not be there for much longer. I'll make an official statement on the date that's going to stop. And then after that, you'll be able to get it through Arrow Comics in August via floppies. There will be extra content, and that content will flow through to the second book as well. So you'll be able to get it in 2 different places, depending on what kind of format you like. I think that's about it. Yeah, you can find me on a Twitter and a Facebook and all that kind of stuff as well.
We're going to make Russ's book available bi-monthly starting in August, so that it has a chance to catch on, be seen with the retailers. We really encourage you to buy copies. It'll be available through Liberty Distribution. And as soon as we have physical copies done and in Liberty's hands, they're going to be available to all of the retailers to buy at a really good retail discount schedule. And it's going to be a great book. I just finished the print file for Only Death Can Save Us 1, and it is very exciting. I can't wait to see this out in print.
I've got even better stuff for the second book, for the second floppy. So I'm drawing that currently as we speak. So
it's going to be a great product. It will.
Thank you. Buy it.
Buy it now. Buy lots of it. Yeah.
Do it. Empty
Tell
out
your retailers.
Empty out Varian's warehouse.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Jake. By the way, I appreciate that. Putting the links in the chat. Thank you, Jake.
Yes.
Yes, Bex says thanks for having me. No, thanks for coming on.
You.
Yeah, no, great book, man.
Great meeting you.
We following that voice.
Yeah. That's Legacy of the Voice available on Kickstarter.
Of the View.
I'm sorry, of the View. Sorry. Legacy of the View available over on Kickstarter 1 through 3. It's a great looking product.
Randy, how about you, sir?
You can find me on Facebook under Randy Zimmerman, on Twitter under Randy Zimm. You can find Arrow Comics 4.0 almost all over the place. There is a link tree that you can go to for that, and please check that out. Well, there will be more information. We have a few more announcements to make for new books coming out. I can't wait for you to see them. Only Death Can Save Us and Hybrids, Revolt, and Hero Bot 1 are available for August. Wait until you see what's coming out in September. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So check that out. Arrow Comics 4.0, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. There, it's all there. So we deeply appreciate you and check us out. And then you can find me back on Sunday morning on Sunday Funnies. Maybe Daphne if she's not busy.
Right? No, I'll
show up. Maybe Russ if he's not busy. We'll be there trying to put the fun back in funny books. Sometimes the conversation wanders like it did on this show, and sometimes it stays pretty focused. But in any case, it's a lot of fun. So I don't have anybody scheduled so far. But,
so it'll be a free for all.
Outside of us, you never know who's going to show up.
I'll turn up and shout at parked cars. Or something.
There we go.
In the back doing the pervert voice.
Yeah, that too. If he gets up in time, he'll be back there too. And then you can find Varian and myself back on Tuesday nights here at 9 p.m. on the Indie Volt Radio Network for the Livewire broadcast. And usually Eric Hodson joins us there, and whoever else we can get to join with us, and we'll talk more about funny books then.
Then again, Jake said it. Find me on Twitter at KYD_V on Twitter, Facebook, WhenWeRiot.com, a personal website. Please check out IndieVolt.com for the latest independent comic book news, as well as find us on Indie Volt TV on Roku, Indie Volt Radio on Alexa, the TuneIn or Streamer app on iPhone and Google Play. Make sure you go back Lure on Indiegogo. Go back Ego Raven because it's getting ready to end pretty soon. Kickstarter and Backer Shots on Saturday. Yep, Backer Shots where the ladies and they wrote me in sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, I can't keep drinking because you guys are getting shots. It's horrible, but it's a great show. We like having that one. Then I think we have Pitches Be Crazy this weekend. Yes, sir.
Don't forget Pitches Be Crazy.
Yep. That's going to be Saturday at 2:30. So tune in for that. Brandon Cleckley brings you a bunch of people who are pitching their books, and we're making fun of them. We're going to get out of here, though. Randy, I'll take us out.
Don't forget Liberty Distribution, www.ledg.us. Did you want to mention the awards at all?
No, I got announcements for the awards coming up, so I'll make
no
special
mention
about
of
that
the
later.
awards this episode.
I'll make special. I got a special video coming up about that.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, okay. It's not ready. It's actually
the closer we get it.
Yeah, it's rendering, so I can't. I want to make the video special. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
Special.
We'll tune in. Make sure you tune in later on this week. We got some other stuff coming out. Indie Volt TV, Indie Volt Radio, Indie Volt here on YouTube. It's all over. We'll see you guys then. Have a good day.
Take care, everybody. Stay healthy.
We're still here. You know what? I forgot. I forgot. We're still here. I forgot. We got CromCon this weekend as well.
Oh yes.
So we'll be a part of We'll be a part of CromCon.
Sorry, Pops. Yeah.
We'll be a part of CromCon.
I'll be on Sugar's show on Friday night for the pre-show.
I'll be on Sunday at 5.
I am not scheduled at all.
I'm scheduled. Backer Shots. I think Backer Shots and it's part of CromCon this weekend. I think that.
Okay. So then I'll definitely be there then.
Yeah, and I think it's a part of, and I think that everyone's got a show on there this weekend. I think Pitches Be Crazy is going to be a part of CromCon, and I think I took a panel. But Pops remind me. He might be in the chat. Is he in the chat to remind me? CromCon this weekend. All of these people will be there. Are you doing Backer Shots?
All your problematic faves.
Yeah. All your problematic people are there. We're all there.
I'm not problematic. I'm sorry.
Find our problematic asses as a part of the show.
Yeah.
CromCon.
When you said you weren't scheduled, Randy, I just thought that was a general statement.
I'm not scheduled. I'm still not
just
scheduled.
Yeah. Greg Levitt.
Hail.
Same thing for Wise Guys Entertainment. They were in the chat earlier. Hail.
Wise Guys are great.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you. We're getting out of here. Goodbye.
You want me to take us out now?
I got us.
We mean it.
That's what you said last time.
Yeah. I just remember that I didn't mention CromCon.
Hey, I am doing the print file right now for the Revolt book, so that's coming. It'll be at the printer shortly, just in case anybody's wondering.
I'll take us out for another advertiser. How about that?
There we go.
I'll take us out for another advertiser, another sponsor. Here we go.
Come on to the Geekatron. It's the place where all geeks geeks will feel at home. Yeah, RPGs, card games, and nerd culture. Comic books, geek lights, and dope posters. And if you're up late at night, then watch out, you might get the bite of a zombie, right? Roll dice for the best D&D merchandise. It's the place to find something you searched all your life. Say, get into the Geekatron. 534 Brookline Boulevard, come on. Say, get into the Geekatron. It's the place where all geeks will feel at home.
Comics are awesome.